Hey everybody, I'm back. Um, this is like take 8, maybe 9. I don't know. Uh, this aggravates me a lot. I'm sorry. What are you talking about, idiot? All right. So what I'm talking about is I unfortunately, because I'm stupid, had some extra time yesterday that I wouldn't normally have on Friday evening, and got on Facebook for a little bit. Which, I mean, I generally at least check notifications, and I started hanging around and started reading more and more, and started seeing the posts that my friends and family, and they are friends and family. That's why this is not easy for me to do. So uh, I, I'm sick of it. I'm not kidding. I'm freaking sick of it. So to be honest with you, um I've been blocking ads for quite a while. I see something that pops up that defies logic or is inflammatory. I just block and it's never someone has made it. It's always something that they're sharing. And so I just, permanently block whoever it is making the stupid statements. Because you only have so many minutes in your life, and I don't need to waste 1 second reading something that is a blatant lie. To me, it would be like, you know, I don't know, watching anything from DC Comics. Sorry, so I'm just kidding. I love DC movies. Uh, that's another polarizing topic, so I thought I'd throw a little bit of geekdom out there. This is something that, unfortunately, um, uh, this is a major problem. Um, so I'm going to ask, what are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the point that we're getting at? Do you really think? I mean, honestly, I can already, because I can see myself. Unfortunately, I can already see that the look on my face is really angry. And I don't mean to talk to you like you're a little kid. So I apologize for that part. But the content, I'll make no apology for. This is wrong. This constant fighting and bickering and finger pointing and blame, the majority of which is based on a half truth. It takes about 10 or 15 seconds of any research whatsoever to find out that the majority of the things that are put up are inflammatory on purpose. It's crafted to be inflammatory. It's crafted to be divisive. It's crafted to elicit a hated response to the target audience. A guy I watch on YouTube, they call it a dog whistle. It's words and phrases that are used that are intended only for the people who are hearing it. It's triggers for those people. A few weeks ago there was some rigmarole raised about supposedly some Jewish chick, half Jewish chick, at a meet flashing white supremacy signs. Well, guess what? The white supremacy movement hates Jews too. Illogical. Just completely illogical. And I'm sorry, there's certain movements with your hand that are natural. Okay? They happen. Stop reading everything into it. Not everything in the world's a freaking conspiracy. I'm sorry to quote Freud, but sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. You're looking for things. You're trying to come up with, you're using flawed reasoning. Okay? It's like saying that a property of wood is fire because it burns. Star Trek. Anybody catch that? It's illogical. It doesn't stand up to any kind of critical thought whatsoever. But unfortunately in this country, neither side cares about critical thought anymore. Hey, does that make any sense that they would do that? Or that they would say that? Or maybe I should listen to the entire conversation. What? It's a bad idea to pull a sentence, one sentence, out of a 15-minute speech and determine from that what the entire speech was about? Holy crap. Is that tantamount to judging a book by its cover, or circumventing due process, or seriously? But we do it all the time, flippantly. 7, 8, 10 posts over the course of a day, somebody retweeting information that has not been checked at all, and most of it on the surface is fallacy. You don't have to do any research on it. You can look at it and say 2 and 2 does not make 5. This makes no sense, and it is so pervasive that I had to make this stupid video because I can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, but again, why do we think this is going to be a good idea? Why do we think this is going to go anywhere? When has hatred ever solved a problem? You know, we look at all the great leaders all throughout history. Of every movement that's ever been around, every leader that we've ever had that has made it throughout history, endured throughout history, has been someone that people have looked at in subsequent generations and looked back and admired the wisdom of that person. Do you ever, and you can fill in the blank with the person that you just thought of that you think that I'm talking about. Did they ever suggest that what is happening now would bring about change in this country, in this world, in the hearts and lives of men and women? How do you think it's going to work now? It defies logic. I'm sorry. Okay, so what's the point? I'm trying to relax. All right, sorry. I did take notes. So, let's hit a couple belief systems, and then we'll wrap it up. I want to keep it less than 10 if I can. All right, I know I talk a lot. I'm really sorry. Buddhism. Yeah, I know. I didn't start with the Bible first. Surprise! Because there's a lot of good wisdom out there. So you should probably not keep your head in the sand and maybe, open a book. Well, actually, I'm sorry, but statistically, 85% of you never open the Bible anyway, even attending church every week. So, ooh, yeah. Pew Research, you ought to check them out. What does Buddhism teach? Say good words, think good thoughts, do good deeds, everything comes back. Confucius said, no bad Chinese accent, sorry. I'm not very good at that stuff. The more man meditates upon good things, the better will be his world and the world at large. So you mean to tell me that as an enlightened person, as a spiritual person, that I should actually live my life according to the tenets that I supposedly follow? I've got Buddhas all over my house, and I've got my rock garden out back, but I'm going to be angry and spiteful and hate people and generally, be bigoted and racist, because that's what it is. You can call it whatever you want. That's what it is. Oh, I'm not a racist. Yeah, you are. I'm not bigoted. Yeah, you are. What's in the well comes out in the bucket. Sorry. All right, and for the geeks among us, for the geeks among us, garbage in, garbage out. What do you think is going to happen? You surround, you're wallowing in the mire. You're rolling around with the pigs, and you're expecting not to stink. There is no intention from either side to get the truth out there. There's no intention to do anything than to secure their job, whether it's as a commentator or as a politician. That's how it is. Last thing. Yeah, you knew that was coming, didn't you? It's upside down. It reads much better right side up, I have found. But, it just depends on how big the type is. I'm stalling because I actually lost the page. So This is a tactic that I learned from being behind the pulpit for a few years. All right, so where are we going? Philippians 4:8. Old Testament, Proverbs 4:23. Sorry, I'm reading off the screen. I'm obviously not good at holding pages. Be careful what you think, because your thoughts run your life. What's Paul say? Since that's all some of you seem to care about. Oh, that's another video. Starting at verse 4. Ooh, all the way back? What? I should read scripture in context. Knowing what's going on before and after the sentence that I adhere to is important. What? Sorry. Rejoice in union with the Lord always. This is not the King James. Did you figure that out? I will say it again. Rejoice. Let everyone see how reasonable and gentle you are. The Lord is near. Don't worry about anything. On the contrary, don't worry about anything. Huh. Anyway, I don't have to do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, maybe I do. Don't worry about anything. On the contrary, make your request known to God by prayer and petition. Or, meditation, depends on how you want to read it. With thanksgiving. Then, God's shalom, God's peace. Yeah, sorry, word you didn't know. I'm kidding. You probably knew that one. Passing all understanding will keep your hearts and minds safe. Keep your hearts and minds safe. Let's see here. If I do this first stuff, then that's how I keep my heart and mind safe. In union with Messiah Yeshua, or Jesus Christ. And in conclusion, after all these previous things, this is the end conclusion of everything that I have just told you. In conclusion, brothers, focus your thoughts on what is true, noble, righteous, pure, lovable, and admirable, on some virtue or on something praiseworthy. Keep doing what you have heard and learned from me, what you have heard and seen me doing. Yeah, it's the faith without works. You can believe one thing, but if you don't do anything about it, then you might as well not believe it. To know and not to do is not to know. What answer me doing? Then the God who gives shalom, who gives peace, will be with you. So when you do these things, God, I need your presence. God, I need you near me. When you do these things, then the God who gives peace will be with you. When you do what things? When you keep your heart and mind on things that are true and noble and righteous and pure, lovable, or admirable. King James says, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Is that what we're doing? I'm not trying to beat everybody up, but I am kind of calling everybody, and myself. I was actively involved in this. It's enough. It's time to flip and stop. All we're doing is dividing this country. All we're doing, whatever we believe in, whatever you believe in. If you think that I'm an absolute heretic and that the smartest thing in the world that I could do is enlighten myself and come into some kind of belief system, do you think that I'm going to listen to anything you say if the stuff that you're posting up on Facebook is the dumbest thing that's ever been put out? Christians, do you think that someone who is curious from any of these faiths, you think that someone who is curious about what you're trying to teach and then they read something that you put up there that is defiant of all logic, do you think that they're going to listen to anything that you have to say? Illogical. Okay? Why can't we just stop? I mean, what's wrong with putting up pictures of our dog and what we ate for lunch and the new shoes or the new haircut? That's not what we have. It's hate, 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 hate. When in the history of mankind has hating your neighbor, we're hating our own neighbors. When has that turned out for the betterment of this country? I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm really sorry. We're at the 15-minute mark. I was meant to be done in 7. Think about what I had to say. If you don't like it, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry. Bye.